Others were starting to build after the civil rights struggle. I mean, I remember going out picking up trash with brothers, and brothers were doing shit,
Okay,
man.
well,
Back
what
in the
happened
70s.
there?
Hold on. I'm just saying, I saw brothers starting to build off the civil rights struggle in the 70s. We were starting to build. We were starting to get our shit together again, and I saw that, man, in the 70s, man. I mean, you seem to forget the 60s and 70s, man. I mean, say a lot on Black and I'm Proud. Brothers were they were doing some shit. We were going to college. We were getting jobs. We were entered the middle class. You know, my father entered the middle class. He got a job. So I did see, I actually did see black working in middle class brothers in the 70s. It did happen, Tyrone. I mean, I don't know why people forget that era where brothers are working for GM, Ford, Chrysler,
Okay, well,
steel mills. Go
I
ahead.
got you by this. I'm saying, look at today. Look at 2015 where we at. We sit up here and we fight
Right.
like little girls all the goddamn time. We don't have shit.
Right.
We ain't trying to get shit. So and we walk around with, I don't know, smoking weed, being high.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Wanting
Oh,
the hip hop culture. So why? You see what I'm saying? So what happened after the 70s
yeah.
till now? So I'm talking 2015.
Well, actually, we do have some money. Our GDP of Black America is greater than Canada's, so we got some money. We're not spending it wisely. We're not practicing group economics. But Tyrone, I have to go to somewhere you don't want to go. You know what? What killed us was break down the family and feminism, man, and the drug wars and the drug trade of the 1980s. Of the drug
the men,
problems.
man. I understand. We can point the finger always. But I want to talk. I want to talk to these black men. I don't want to drag the women into this conversation.
No, well, they are part of the issue. We have to address. If you want to address black men, you got to address black women. They're half the problem.
No, hold on. There's where you're wrong at.
No.
We have a conversation about black men without inserting black women. We can do that.
How so? How the fuck you gonna do that? How? Explain to me how.
Because you easy. Go ahead, Brother K.
Go ahead.
No, the reason why the black woman has to get in there is because the black man hasn't stepped up. We got to be the ones to step up. Okay?
I hear you.
That's just us. We got to step up. We should be in a room. We should be in a room where it's us. We need that time where it's us, because they have carried the ball long enough. They've gotten together without us and carried this thing. And now you're saying, no, they got it. No, they don't. We got to become men.
You're right, Brother K. And the more time we spend talking about them and pointing finger at them, we're not moving the ball forward. We're not even building anything. We're complaining.
You got a guy,
you know.
You got a grown man. Hold on. B-word. You got a grown man. Wait a minute. You got a grown man calling a woman the B word, and I'm wondering, does this man have a family? Is he handling his business? Okay. If he's not doing all of that, how can he come on a social media and call someone a B word 2 o'clock in the morning when his butt should be in bed, getting up for work and taking care and handling his business? Don't make any sense. We got to come together and do this and carry this thing.
Tyrone, I think we are stronger as a race when the black man and the black woman are working together in unity. That's where we're the strongest. That's where I'm at.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that, but we're going to have. It's almost like this right here. If you look, here's a perfect analogy. If you look at Mandela Khan and his position where he's talking about the map of the world and talking about Mother Africa and all this kind of stuff, we need to address all black people all over the world, but we're not going to get anything done until we address the black people in the United States first. So when we were talking about the black community, the entire black community got issues. And yes, the women did whatever, but we're not going to move forward as a community until us as black men come together first. This is where I'm at with this conversation.
But Tyrone, look, right now, the black man and the black woman we are at odds with each other. Right now, we're kind of we're actually in a gender war, and that's why we're not working together, because the black man and black women are not working together. It's simple, man. You know what? Hold on. I'll be brief. You know, a lot of people think this shit is complex. It's not fucking brain surgery. We just need to work together. Black men and black women need to work together. It's simple, man. It's not fucking brain surgery, man. Yeah.
Have you heard?
All right. Hold on, brother. Let me get 832. Who's 832? Hey, what's up, Tracy? What's going on, man? The reason I kept muting you, man, because I kept hearing some something going on.
Yeah, I
Me?
agree with you. I mean, like,
Oh, Tracy.
I mean, I disagree with what Greg said. And honestly, you want to put the blame on black women or why black men in the black community are not progressing? I mean, that is so immature that you want to blame black women that are down the black community while black men are not.
Tracy, there's some terrible static going on with your line, man. I don't know what that's about.
Hey, Tyrone. Tyrone.
Wait a minute,
he's got to call again.
Okay, hold on, Tracy. If you got a headphone in, see if you can take it out. Maybe that'll stop the static.
I don't think I have a headphone in. I have a speakerphone on. Can you hear me now?
Okay, say something.
He's got to hang up and call in again.
It's better, man. Why don't you put it on mute or something?
Again, your line is just.
Hey, Tyrone. I wanted to add one more thing, if I could.
Okay, go ahead, Brother K.
You know, and I heard this in many versions, but the version that I want to talk about is they had this young black kid, and it was in a school. The principal had a picture of Harlem, New York. It showed the neighborhood, and he cut it up in 100 pieces and told the kid to put the pictures back together to show the community. The kid got it back together in less than 2 minutes, and the principal went, "How did you do that?" What the principal didn't realize was on the other side of the page was a picture of a black man. All that kid did was put the face together and told the principal, if you can put the man together, the community will come back together. That's what we got to do, Tyrone. Put the community. Right. And as Jesse Lee Peterson says, you rebuild the family by rebuilding the man.
But see, I don't know. I think that we as black men don't want to actually look at that like that, Brother K, and actually push the whole ideology that, you know, we're not to blame. Don't look at us. Don't look at us. No. We need to look at us. We can actually talk about the issues that we have. But let me go ahead and open up. Well, Vicdamone, welcome to the show, man. Hey, I was just talking about what on last night and everything. And what I came up with, Vic, is that what I think needs to happen is Talk Real Solutions and the beef be separated. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying that there's not going to be a no DQ night or none of that stuff. You can still do all that. But I say when it comes to the branding of Talk Real Solutions and using the Talk Real Solutions logo to do things like address Tommy, that don't need to be done in the beef with these guys on the internet. We don't need to invoke Talk Real Solutions, naming that, none of that stuff. So I wanted to talk to you about that. So welcome to the show, man, and what you got. What do you think about that?
Well, listen, I'm gonna just be straight to the point. This really is, getting like, really old to me. And to be honest with you, the way I feel right now, this is just, to be honest with you, to put it in a nutshell, it's some bullshit, all right? It's some bullshit. You constantly hold me back. You constantly want to try to correct me and tell me what the fuck to do on no DQ night. No, fuck all that. I'm sick of this bullshit, all right? And so this is how this is gonna go, all right? This is how this is gonna go, all right?
Wait a minute, hold on, Vic. I'm gonna open your line again, but let's I really I really don't feel like this tonight, man. I'm trying to resolve things and tell you that we need to build a brand over here, and you know DQ. Now everybody heard what? Okay, I'm confused right now. Hold on. All right, let me open your mic again, and I'm gonna repeat what I said, but calm down, man. Jesus Christ, I understand that you.
All right, fuck all that bullshit. You constantly always want to talk shit. Look, I go get my own fucking BTR, and I'll be up and running by goddamn.
All right, I don't know what the fuck going on tonight, y'all. All right. Okay. Here we go. Vic, I don't want to go here. I really don't want to go here, and I'm trying not to go here. But you need to cool the fuck out, to be honest with you, because things need to you need to chill out. So let's backtrack.
Hey, tell Cliff he can kiss my ass. Tell Renee, Jackie, Lisa, all of them they can eat a dick. I don't give a fuck. Look, you can look. I'm out this bitch, man. Fuck this. Fuck you. Fuck TRS. Deuces.
Oh Lord. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what the hell just went on. You know what? Okay, I guess people want to hear me cuss. Is that what it is? I'm not going to cuss tonight. Only thing I'm going to say is, Vic, if you're still listening, I brought you over here because I respected you as a young man trying to do things, and I seen that you was getting caught up in some bullshit, and I said, okay, well, let me get that guy opportunity. And when your mama come over here, I respect her, I respect you. So I'm just thrown the fuck off right now. So I don't know. I'm gonna open these lines up and see what the people got to say. Let me open up area code 301. 301, welcome to the show.
Hi, Tyrone. This is Elisa.
Hey, what's
everybody
up?
who's listening.
All right.
I am so surprised at Vic. I can't believe that he would say that. And I thought we were a family over here. Vic, you need to be ashamed of yourself to speak to Tyrone and to speak about all of us like that. That is just absolutely deplorable. When I left the program, the platform, after some things that went on, and I decided to come back. I said, I'm not going to let anybody run me off. And then you come over here, you come on here because of some silly, immature Google Hangout, whatever you call it, mess you got coming on, and it's fuck everybody over here, to hell with everybody over here. You really need to grow up, Vic, and take a look at yourself and your life, and you really need to get it together. That's all I have to say, Tyrone. I mean, I'm just really disturbed.
Well, me too, Elisa. I mean, this came out of left field. I mean, we see what initiated in those hangouts and who initiated. I mean, it ain't like that we ain't trying to be fair here or nothing. And I ain't trying to go like I did last night. I ain't even trying to do that, but I don't feel like it. I wanted to talk about the reason that black men are the downfall of the community, and then separate Talk Real Solutions from beef. That's what I really want to do. And, no DQ, that's all about beef. So
It is.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and go to another line.
Tyrone.
Yes.
Look, man, I know what you're trying to do as far as addressing black men. I actually get that, man. I know what you're talking about. But I could tell you why you're going to fail. It's because we can't just simply address black men and say, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's a whole collective.
Here's a perfect example. Listen, look at what this. Look exactly what just happened. You seen this highly emotional black man get on the line right now for no damn reason. Start going off. We need to address that mentality, brother. And this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Well, to be fair to Vicdamone, you did go in on him a little bit last night. So I mean, in all fairness, Tyrone, let's just
I went in on Vic.
You did go in on a little bit, man. Just a little bit.
How did
I was listening to the show. Huh? What's that?
How did I go in on Vic?
I think you called me the F word, man. Didn't you call me the F word last? Oh, Styles. I'm sorry. But look, Tyrone, look, man. Don't get all crazy with me, man. I'm just, my opinion is what I see growing up in the two-parent household. I think that's the best way for us to move forward as a black race with a black man and a black woman working together. I just don't think we can do it.
Well, I agree with but I'm just saying that In order to get to a 2-parent household, we're going to have to talk to our men and tell them to grow the fuck up and not respond emotionally like we just damn heard on the phone. Greg,
hey, man, you know what? Hey, hold on, man. You know what? Hey, you know what, Tara? I'm going to tell you something, man, that you're not going to like, okay? That I've been about 50 fucking years on this planet. I'm 50 now. It's something that I've seen and I just observed, okay? I'm not thoroughly convinced, as a black man, I'm 50 now, that a lot of sisters want good quality brothers. I'm not convinced of that. I don't think a good black man is respected in the black community. I just don't think he is. I just think he's not respected. I think he's ridiculed for some reason. Yeah,
ludicrous.
Go ahead.
No. What you just said right there is ludicrous. Nobody, whether it's a man or woman, don't try to reach for the best that they can get. There's nobody that actually
for sure.
Listen to what I'm saying. They don't actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, they don't want to settle, but people do wind up settling because you got idiots that just like hook up the goddamn phone right now that you have to settle for, that sit around all day on their motherfucking ass and not do a goddamn thing, and then you have to have a. Okay, but women women do settle for these men out here in our community.
Tyrone, I'm not convinced of that. I'm not convinced that sisters are settling for these fucking degenerates. I think a lot of sisters prefer degenerate brothers for some reason. That's something we have to address. I just think that's the first option for a lot of sisters.
Like that.
You know what?
Hold on, Greg. Well, there's a lot of people that just press one, so I need to open up these.
I know. I just opened up a can of worms. I'm sorry for doing that, but I had to speak on truth, man. I'm sorry. I had to speak from the heart on that one. You know, sorry. I just
Q has returned.
Let me go to area code 404. Who's on 404?
Q has returned to discuss the topic. Q has returned.
Q who?
Q.
Oh, what's up, Q? What's going on, man? Hey, how's it going, man? I ain't heard from you in a minute.
Yeah. We've been doing our own thing on Thursday, so but it's all to the good. Just on the topic, a couple of people emailed me about the show, and I just sped through it. With you and Brother K, let me make this suggestion. I'm only talking about the topic, okay? This is just an intellectual conversation, all right? If we have a conversation, from what I noticed thus far, outside of the Vic thing, if you tell us what we gotta say in a conversation, or you say we can't say this, we're not having a conversation. Now we're only talking about what you want us to discuss, and you're controlling the narrative. That's where that term came from. So even if I disagree, like you and I had several conversations on and off the mic, to disagree means that we don't have to bump heads about it. We just can't go down that route together because we disagree. But if you tell individuals, like you just said to my man, you gotta do XYZ, or you can't talk about this, then how are we truly trying to come to the understanding of what's going on with the brothers? Now, with that, I'm gonna make this point. Brother K brought up black women before Greg did. He brought up black women 2 or 3 times. Nobody cut him off and said, you can't say that. Matter of fact, Brother K went on to say how weak and pathetic black men was, and it's like it's championed. So here's the problem that I want to put to you as far as the conversation and what you're trying to achieve with this conversation. As long as you demean black men and tell them that their voice is worthless in your eyes as TRS, it's not really a conversation. So I don't know what we are trying to achieve if we say, just like with the brothers, and I'm going to agree with you, you can't say sisters, negative. You know what I'm saying? Just like you can't say brothers are, and I'm using Brother K's point, no good. You can't say that.
Okay, no, where are you getting the demeaning from? When did I demean black men?
When you said these brothers are not doing what you think that they need to be doing, and somebody had a different argument, and you quickly shut that down, you're stifling that voice in this conversation. Now, you have every right to. It's your show. But
no, you didn't ask a question. I didn't demean black men. I pointed out facts.
No. Let me take that back. You personally didn't say that. Brother K said that. That's what I said when I said the no good black men. You didn't say that. TRS didn't say that. I'm saying as far as the conversation is concerned, if somebody says brothers are no good, worthless, and all this type of stuff, that's demeaning. But you, as far as Tyrone, you didn't say that. But I think that's a great point.
You came on and you kind of pushed to the side the elephant in the room. We just had a black man on the telephone. We just had a black man, and I approached this black man rationally about beef, and TRS was trying to separate the name brand from beef. This is all I was simply trying to do. I said, okay, well,
I understand.
You like beef, like the beef. Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute, Q. I said, you like the beef, I don't like the beef. So you can still stick around, and we can have TRS and talk about topics and all this kind of thing. But you've seen an emotion come out, and you've seen instinct come out of nowhere. So we're not talking about that right now, Q. You don't want to address that, and this is what I'm trying to address.
True, and I said I'm not going to speak on that because I have an LPC. I'm a licensed counselor. The thing is that he and you may have had a conversation that I and the board are not privy to that may have caused him to do that, or I can use your theory, he may just be an emotional individual. I don't know. So I didn't go down that route, and I'm not going to go down that route because I don't know Vic's side of it because he's done what he's done. He's decided to move on. So we can't control him.
You really don't have to know his side of it if you speak on what
we can't control. We can't control his. I know what your point is. Your point is he should be disciplined enough not to go down that route. I understand that. And as a black man, which is the point of your show.
About men.
True. But at the same time, because the way he responded does not mean he's not disciplined. It just means that in this moment, something happened that he feels disrespected by. Let me use his words since you want to go down his route. He said he feels disrespected by you. Those was his words before he hung up. And that's why I didn't want to go down whether he's not a disciplined man or emotional. He felt marginalized, and that's my word. He felt marginalized by you. So we can't even say that. I want to just talk about the topic, and I'm going to share the mic on this one point. I'm going to reiterate to you and Brother K. In order for you guys to achieve what you're trying to achieve in the discussion, you can't belittle brothers and expect them to stand at the same time. Brothers have feelings too. The same way black men can't belittle black women and expect them to honor those black men. You can't have it both ways. That's what
Okay. I got you. I'm gonna keep moving on. I'm gonna open up the line. Nobody, welcome to the show.
Hey, how everybody doing?
What's up, sis?
I just want to say, I just want to give you some advice. When you have issues with the people that you work with, try to do a conference call with those people that you work with so that everybody can be on the same page. Because what you did was, in front of the customers, you yelled and screamed at one of your employees. And he took it the way he took it and, after the way he acted. Not to say that's the way he feels, but, cause and action. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? So,
But yeah, I have some fault in there too. I see what you're saying. I should have talked to him about this move offline, but I didn't think it was detrimental because I was saying, okay, well, DQ ain't going nowhere. You can still do your beef, but I want to separate TRS from the beef. I didn't the controversy thing, but I guess they took it.
I mean, and in the future, get with the people that you work with because you work with them regardless. This is a radio show. You do have people working with you. get with them on a conference call and make sure that everybody is on the same page going into the next week, so it won't be any confusion.
And you know what? And you know what? Nobody just made the point I was making in a different way, which is just because y'all don't, or me or her don't agree, we don't need to insult each other or tell each other we can't say that. You see what I'm saying? So her point is basically don't put a conversation in a position to where somebody may feel cornered. You feel me? It's just a conversation. Or in your case, you was just moving in a different direction. But nobody made the point. You may have put a person in a position that they felt insulted.
Well,
that darn counseling degree coming in is, I swear. Go ahead.
I hear what y'all saying, but I feel like I was. My heart was in the right place. My intention was in the right place. I didn't mean any animosity when I bought this for it, but I understand the point that it could have been done differently. So I agree with that point. So let me go to Chef. Chef, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, greetings, Black African Power.
Black Power, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep listening. I wasn't gonna make a comment, but that was just too funny, man. I don't know what you're doing with.
All right. Let me. It's crazy, man. I'm trying not to even go like I did last night, because last night it was a whole bunch of confusion, and I wanted to talk about this issue about us as black men. Actually, years, there's a track record here that we have not got anything as black men. We haven't built nothing. We haven't built our economic base. We don't have our families intact. There's a whole lot of things. Our kids are going to prison. Our daughters are on strip poles. We got our sons out here throwing dollar bills, making it rain. The hip hop industry is calling women bitches and hoes left and right, and we think that that's okay to go throughout our society. These are all black men led. I mean, we're doing this. So this needs to be addressed, and I think this culture out here in 2015 is allowing people to have this mentality to where, there's a lack of responsibility amongst black men.
You know what, Chef and Nobody. I got a question for Chef and Nobody.
Go ahead.
Well, let me get, and then Q. Go ahead, Nobody.
Oh, I was going to say, I understand why you try to lead the conversation, because just like you're speaking about black men issues, it kind of goes all the way sideways a lot of nights, where we wind up talking about abortions and the black female instead of focusing on what the topic is. So I understand why you try to bring it back to where it should be at and lead, tell brothers, no, that's not what I'm speaking about. This is what I'm speaking about, and let's move this way. You're going way to left field, and I understand that part. So just wanted to put that out there.
Tyrone, am I still on?
Let me ask Chef and Nobody a question before you do that. Hold on real quick. You too, Greg. Well, Greg, I already know how you're going to answer. But Chef and Nobody, based on what Tyrone just said, let me ask you a question. So Tyrone feels that these men should not be doing X, Y, and Z. Hello? Hello?
You're on.
Okay. All right. So that's valid. I'm not going to argue that. They shouldn't be doing it. But the very first records ever made, and even to this day, call men, black men specifically, worthless, dogs. That's where the term DAWG came from. So Tyrone feels that these men should not say nothing. So my question to Chef and to Miss Nobody, shouldn't the same energy be said to the women, which is Greg's point, not to call men worthless and dogs? Or should it just only be...
Wait.
You cut me off again. You're cutting me off again. We just having a conversation.
I'm going to have to... I got to cut you off because here you go right here. This is what I'm trying to prevent from happening. What you're doing is you're changing the focus from men to women, and this is not what the conversation is about. In other words, you're saying because Tyrone said men should be responsible for such and such, well, look at these women over here.
Yeah.
No, this is what I'm trying to avoid. We need to have a conversation among black men.
Well, see, you only want to have a conversation where you tell black men just take it. And what Greg is trying to say to you is that you can't have only a conversation where you're telling, for example, women to just deal with abusive men. I would never tell women to just deal with abusive men. But you're telling us in a conversation, no, women, we can't talk about how the men are abusing you. We can only talk about how you are acting. That's not a fair conversation.
No. What I'm saying to you is as a black man, we can have a conversation amongst men and talk about our flaws. We can talk about our issues and things that we need to address in our community. This does not have to include the black woman in no means whatsoever. We don't have to talk about and say, okay, well, look at the black woman. We don't have to.
I did say exactly that. You want us to only talk about our flaws and how terrible we are. I understand.
Yeah, and not address the women. Hey, Tyrone, look, man. Look, when I grew up, man. Okay.
Wait a minute, Greg.
Hold on, man. I don't know why that echo. Look, man, I'll be brief. You know, when I grew up, I saw my father going to work every day. I saw him paying the bills. I saw him painting the house, taking out the garbage, working on the car. As a kid, a 7-year-old, I just assumed that's what men do. They get up, they go to work, they take care of their families. I saw my uncles do the shit by example. My father never told me that I needed to take care of my family and do this. I just saw him doing that. I saw in the home as a man, and that's where the shit comes from, man. You want to address black men.
Here's the problem with you and no. Here's the problem. Listen, brother. Here's the problem with your and Q's answer right now. The first thing Q did was reach back to the past and say, okay, well, black women did records, blah, blah, blah. The first thing you did is say, when I was growing up, blah, blah, blah. We are in 2015, and we are, as black men, in dire straits. We need to take a snapshot how we look now and move forward. You know, I hear these things in the Wait a minute, brother.
It doesn't work. No. Look. It doesn't work that way. Male development starts when kids fucking 5, man.
We're not addressing. We just seen a black man come on this phone and act the motherfucking ass. We just seen this. We just witnessed this. Last night you seen black men fighting back and forth. We just witnessed this. We're not even talking about in 2015 what the fuck we need to do as black men to move the ball forward. We want to talk about what the past grew up.
Tyrone, you're trying to go. Listen, Tyrone, you're trying to. Tyrone, you are. Hold on. I'll be brief. Tyrone, you're trying to go to point D, and you're skipping some steps, man. Male development starts when these fucking kids are 2, 3, all the way up to junior high school. You have to cultivate young black men. You can't just say here, you can't just come at a brother that's 22 and say, look, nigga, you need to start acting right. You need to take care of your kid. Man, that shit starts at an early fucking age, man. That's where this shit starts. You can't just do it now. You can't wake up and just tell all these young black men they need a man. That's not going to work, man. Okay. You got to raise these fucking young black men. That's kids, man.
Hold on. Let me get Elisa. I heard Elisa trying to get in there. Go ahead, Elisa.
Tyrone, I hear what Greg is saying. Yes, you have to cultivate these baby boys when they're young and raise them into men. But once you're already grown men, I mean, are you going to be able to take it back to when they're 2 years old and toddlers? I just wanted to say this. Women, as a woman, we get together all the time. I've been in roundtable discussions with friends. I've been to all types of different things where there's just women, sometimes 100 or so women. We can talk about our issues. We can talk about life. We can talk about family. And guess what? Sometimes we don't even mention men at all. So I don't understand. It's amazing to me that I hear men saying, you all can't have a discussion about, and I disagree a little bit with Q said. I don't remember all of his words, but I don't think that Tyrone said that just sit around and discuss your faults and your faults and things like that. No.
He did.
Men should be able to. Oh, he did? Okay, men should be able to talk about everything dealing with you guys without mentioning women. Women, we do it all the time. And it's amazing.
Men, we do too.
We do the same thing.
Men, we do it.
Hold on.
And that's what Tyrone is saying. You all
listen. Hold on. Let Elisa finish, and then we can get in there. But go ahead and finish, Elisa.
And that's what.
Why do you even let this woman talk about malehood? Why she's not even qualified to be talking about this shit?
No, she has every right to speak. She has every right to speak.
Certain cultures upkill women for even talking about this shit.
I'm talking about as a woman how when we get together and we have discussions and we don't even mention men. I'm not talking about malehood. I'm not qualified to discuss that. So, Greg,
Now, hold on, Elise. Here's another teachable moment for everybody on the phone. I want y'all to pay attention to what just happened. We had a black woman come on, and she said, as a black woman, we do what you guys are claiming that we don't do. She just said that. She said that we address our issues. I don't have an issue with that. She said that we talk about these things as women. And then you had a black man sit up here and tell the black woman, you're not supposed to talk about men's issues. But this guy comes on here every night and talks about women. They want to talk about women tonight. He wants to talk about women tonight. So why can't we have a conversation amongst men and talk about the shit that we're doing that's not building our community?
Okay, Tyrone, I'm willing to learn.
You look at what just happened and say, Tyrone,
that's
you
true.
probably have a
You're right.
Have this.
That's true.
Wait a minute, I'm going to let you right after me. Let me finish what I'm saying. Because you just said, as Elisa was talking, we do as men get together and talk. But you're telling me tonight that we as men can't get together and talk because we need to invoke women. That's hypocritical, brother.
No, that isn't what I said. I'm going to clarify what I said. Miss Lisa said sometimes that they do speak about men, and I said we do as well sometimes. So we also have situations where we don't talk about women at all. So yes, we have those conversations as well. The problem with brotherhood, specifically for what Greg is talking about, I believe, I don't have no proof on this, but for what Greg is talking about, we are trained to be concerned about females only. We are not concerned about males sticking together. Lisa did make a great point.
That's true.
No, that's not true. Hold on. I got
okay, there you go, cutting me off again.
Let me finish, Tyrone. Let me finish.
No, the reason for this show tonight is because I am concerned about black males. I am concerned
tell
about
us how we're supposed to speak.
What you just said is not true.
Okay.
Let him speak. I'll hear him out.
You gotta tell us how we're supposed to speak, because if we're just only to agree, if we're only just to agree with everything that you say, you need to lead us in what we're supposed to say first.
Yeah, tell us what we're supposed to say, Tyrone.
So here we go. The topic is cut and dry. Black men are the reason that the black community is not advancing. There we go. The topic of a conversation.
No, your premise is off. I don't think your premise is correct. I think, look, man, when I look at the black race, I look at the black woman and I look at the black man. We are two parts of one. That's how I see it. You can't address the man without addressing the women, man. That's my fundamental problem with you, Tyrone. We have to address the women and the men. Yeah.
And based on what he just said, based on what Greg said, he don't have respect for neither. Because if you're saying two parts is based on one, then you wouldn't be disrespectful to the other
Greg,
one.
if you call somebody a name on here, I promise you, brother, this is gonna be the last show you ever participate in. So do not call no woman no name on here. Don't call no woman no name. Don't. I'm telling you, I'm not putting up with that no more. But go ahead, nobody.
I was just thinking about.
Let me just point out something. I'm sorry. This is really interesting because, I like when Q calls in because he has a lot. I really respect. He has a lot of good things that he has to say. But you all know something that is so interesting. You all have a Caucasian man on the phone talking about black men's issues.
Shut up, bitch. I'm not white boy, you dumb bitch.
See, there you go. There you go.
No, who chuckling and laughing? Q, is that funny?
No, I'm just tripping off the fact that
No, Q. See, look.
Let me finish.
Here we go right here.
Don't assume. Let me finish. This is how confusion happens when you don't let people finish their point. No, I'm laughing because what Lisa said earlier is true. It appears Greg is at a point where he's so damaged to where everything is an attack on females. So I'm laughing at the irony. That's how I deal with irony. Please allow people to fully speak so you can understand what they're going to say.
No. I mean, that laughter was okay. I'm not going to dwell on that. But here we go. Here's another teachable moment for the audience. As I sit up here and beg black men to have this conversation, we have spent at least an hour trying to debate whether black men need to have this conversation or not. We have spent an hour trying to say, okay, well, we can have this conversation, but we got to invoke women also. This is the stuff that I'm talking about, and this is why this show is so relevant. Because us as black men, we can't come together. We can't look at our flaws and say, okay, well, maybe we can correct this here. We can't look at the prison population of our own, of us, and say, okay, well, maybe we can address this like this. We can't look at the rap industry and say, okay, well, yeah, it's kind of crazy that we let this all get out of hand and let this industry exploit women and do whatever and make us look like fucking idiots. We can't have this conversation because we need to say, okay, well, look at the woman. This is ludicrous to me.
Okay, Lisa, and nobody. Did you just hear the word flaws again?
Okay, yeah, I'm saying flaws. We're not perfect.
What's the problem with that word? We all have flaws. What's the problem with a man pointing out the flaws in other men?
Okay, the point I made earlier was that if the point of us holding the conversation is just to talk about how terrible we are and how and our flaws, and it was said that flaws was not mentioned. So it's nothing wrong with talking about flaws, but if the whole purpose of the topic is to talk about how worthless these dudes are and how, using Brother K's terminology, no good, I don't understand how you guys want us to stand. I'm going to take the standpoint of trying to learn and listen how to have this conversation as a man. I'm not going to be facetious anymore. I really want to know, how do we have this conversation, because my voice doesn't, even though I'm being polite, my voice doesn't matter. It seems like the only thing that matters is admit how fucked up you are, man, and change it. And change
but you know what?
Your benefit.
You know what? Whatever the black man is not discussing, the media is sure enough pointing at him and telling him what he is and all his flaws. He's hawks, he's ferocious, he's a criminal, he's this, he's that. So whatever y'all not sitting down at the table discussing and making sure this is not your identity, you get what I'm saying? That you're going to be defined by, the media and other propagandas sure is doing it for you. So yes, you do need to sit down and address your flaws.
And not only that, nobody. As he's stuck on this word flaws, what he's trying to do is change the narrative. And I guarantee you, if I would have let the conversation go down the route that him and Greg wanted it to, they would have been pointing out black women's flaws. They wouldn't have been saying anything but this is what the cause is. As a matter of fact, Q did that when he opened his mouth the first time. He said, look how far back, and these records were made by blah, blah, blah. He was pointing out flaws in the black woman. So I don't understand this whole line.
I'm going to be disciplined and not mention women. I'm going to articulate still my points, and I'm going to point out when we're being bashed during the rest of the show. And I promise you, I'm not going to mention women. I'm not going to mention women not one time anymore during this show. That the word sisters.
You don't see that's a problem.
I want to see how we're going to have this intellectual conversation with positivity and truth. Without
I think that you actually
you don't see that as a problem, that you have to stand back and become defensive about something that needs to be discussed with black men. You don't see that's a problem. that you. This is nobody that you even would permit as fasting.
Nobody.
Let nobody.
Nope.
Wait, hold on, guys. Listen. We can have this conversation, and it's going to take a long time. Both of y'all ain't going to agree, but we're doing a show, and I want to get as many callers in here as I can. Big J, I opened your mic. Vanessa, I opened your mic, so I'm going to get Vanessa and then Big J.
Yeah, I want to get in there too.
Hey, everybody.
Big J and then Joe.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're on, sis.
Hey, everybody. Okay, listen. This is bizarre. This is ridiculous. Greg comes on the line and calls Alisa a bitch. Calls her out of her name. The woman has done nothing wrong. She didn't talk. She didn't curse him out. She didn't yell at him. Didn't do any of those things. Q laughs and gives him a pass and says that this white man, well, he's damaged. Didn't say that he was out of pocket. Just said that he was damaged. If a sister would have behaved like that, he would not have given her a pass. That's number one. Number two, Alisa is absolutely correct. We have women conferences, we have women's groups where we talk about the sisterhood, we talk about female issues, motherhood, and we get on each other. And when we get on each other in positive and negative ways. And not once do we say, well, we got to bring these men up. We got to talk about how fucked up they are. I'm sorry. We got to talk about how messed up they are. Women don't do that. And it just seems as though when talking about men, when men talk about other men, it just seems like, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Q, but if I say this, you don't want to hear no criticism at all. We're not talking about women getting involved in these conversations. Tyrone was talking about men, and Brother K2 was talking about men talking about men. But it seems like you guys, you don't want to hear no criticism. You only want praise. But when it comes to the females, it's the opposite. You want to hear nothing but criticism and no praise at all. You know what Brother K and Tyrone said, let's be men. Greg and Q, y'all want to come over here, well, Greg particularly, let's talk about these women. We can't talk about the men unless we talk about these women. It's utterly ridiculous. And I yield my time and pass the mic to the next person.
Okay. All right, I have Big J, and then I'll get Joe, and then Magic. Go ahead, Big J.
Okay. First of all, let me say this. Craig, he needs to be ashamed of himself. But however, but Ross Carter if you really want to have an honest discussion, you can't sit there and move the goalposts to suit one's needs and suit one's argument. You can't sit there and say, Greg's a white man, and then all of a sudden when he sit there and be all wilding out, everybody attacks on his case while everybody is not sitting there looking at the first insult that was fired, and it seems to me that nobody don't want to have an honest discussion, and it seems to me
no, you got it wrong, brother. Greg started.
Oh God!
See, like,
no, you're lying. Greg insulting first. Greg insulted nobody first. So, Lee, you're moving the goalpost. That's what you're doing.
No. Okay, Tyrone, let me tell you right now. You want me?
Stay on topic, Greg. Hey, stay on topic, Big J, please. Don't bite into it. Stay on topic.
Okay, then. Okay, I'm gonna say it like this though. I said this last week. I said this 2 weeks ago. I said the black men are to blame. I've been saying that forever.
I say that too.
Okay then. Now, Tyrone was not part of the conversation what happened 2 weeks ago about the shrimp issue. Now, Q, I was talking to the former co-host of this show. Me and him was having a conversation about the woman who was picking shrimp at the Red Lobster.
Right.
Now, somebody was trying to make this into a story, a personal story. But what I was trying to do is an analogy of how men act, how